I'm gonna do this lip. I really hope it looks good because she have on red lips. Okay, so there's a terminal illness. There's a type of terminal illness in the music industry known as the Disney curse, and for decades the transition from child star to a legitimate adult artist has been a public, messy, and often deeply painful tightrope to walk. And either you have to completely burn your past down to the ground, or you have to risk being trapped in a corporate manufactured box forever. In the recent times of pop music, something has changed, and alongside artists like Chaperone, Charlie XCX, and Sabrina Carpenter, which I did videos on all of them, by the way, you should check them out after this video. A new generation of pop girlies has completely rewritten the playbook, and they didn't just break out of the machine, they actually build their own. And standing right in the middle of the cultural shift is Olivia Rodrigo. And Olivia didn't just survive the transition into adult stardom, she treated the entire industry like a chess match. And every single album, every album rollout, every style change, every casual aesthetic choice has been calculated towards absolute creative independence. And today we are doing a complete deep dive while we do our makeup like hers into the blueprint of Olivia Rodrigo and how she secured her autonomy and resurrected alternative rock for the streaming generation and just dropped what might be the most brilliant and the best, the smartest album rollout of the decade. Okay, so to understand the genius of Olivia's career, we have to go back to 2021 when Driver's License dropped. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. The internet treated it like a viral accident. It was the classic narrative. The heartbroken teenager captures lightning in a bottle. But behind the scenes, the real story was a masterclass in the industry strategy. When Olivia was looking for a record label at 17 years old, she had all the leverage in the world. And she knew it. Instead of signing a predatory multi-album deal that would strip away her rights and everything, her team negotiated a huge unheard of condition with Geffen Records. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. That Olivia will completely retain the ownership of her master recordings. Which is like insane, like really good. Because in an industry where veterans like Taylor Swift had to fight wars to just re-record their own music, a teenage girl from Disney secured her financial and artistic freedom before her debut album even hit the shelves. Sonically, she and producer Dan Nigero, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, established a blueprint that defied standard 2021 pop trends. They traded polished, safe radio pop for bedroom pop minimalism, paired with explosive Lord style, emotional crescendos. And then came the law, and the public went crazy trying to piece together the real life relationship drama behind Sour. But if you notice what Olivia did, like she completely bypassed the standard media craziness, like the circus. She didn't do messy Instagram lives, and she didn't feed into like the tabloids and stuff. She leaned directly into the cinematic universe, and she just let the music do the talking by turning a specific heartbreak into like universal anthems. And she transformed her personal crisis into a historic multi-platinum debut. But the true test of A pop star isn't the first album really. It's like the sophomore slump. Like, you know, the second like the second stage. And fandoms are very strange. And the industry loves nothing more than watching a breakout star plateau, like to reach rock bottom. So what was Olivia's play for album 2? Total Sonic Rebellion. Instead of playing it safe and recreating Sour, Olivia dropped Guts. And she went aggressively into a 90s alternative punk sound with tracks like Vampire and All American Bitch. They weren't just songs with guitars slapped on top though. They were they were like master classes in dynamic tension. And she utilized the loud, quiet, loud sound structure pioneered by 90s grunge and indie rock. Shifting from the spoken word snarky punk verses to absolute chaotic, screaming vocal dynamics. And if you watch her industry moves during this era, she wasn't just chasing like the top 40 radio playlisting. She was actively hunting for rock credibility. She performed with Gwen Stefani and publicly co-signed with Green Day and Jack White. And also brought legendary alt-rock mainstays like the Breeders onto her tour as opening acts. She wasn't just a pop star dabbling in rock though. She was forcing the gatekeepers of alternative music to welcome her with open arms, which brings us directly to right now. If Sour was the heartbreak and Guts was the rage, brand new 2026 record, You Seem Pretty Sad for Girls So in Love is the ultimate artistic evolution. The rollout for this album was a masterpiece of modern internet lore, and it started with a mysterious purple wall in Los Angeles. And so it featured a giant OR logo, and fans watched in real time as the wall slowly bled from her signature purple into a soft romantic pink, eventually replacing the logo with the word love. Then pink shaped locks started appearing on chain like fences from London to Tokyo. It was a absolute scavenger hunt that proved Olivia understands exactly how to turn an album release into an alternate reality game for her fans. The title itself actually came from a casual, unfiltered moment in the studio, and Olivia was venting to Dan Nigero about her relationship anxieties. And he looked at her and said, "You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love." And she immediately stopped and said, "That's the album." And sonically, this record completely shatters expectations. And she didn't just give us more pop punk. Instead, she took inspiration from her time living in London and delivered the most experimental, mature body of work yet. It's a lush 80s inspired alternative record drenched in dream pop, new wave, and genuine floating shoegaze. She even secured a legendary guest feature from Robert Smith from The Cure on the track What's Wrong with Me. Marking the first time another artist has ever appeared on a standard track on an Olivia Rodrigo album. And her business strategy has expanded far beyond the studio following the massive success of the album. And she broke the internet by announcing her own all woman music festival, Disney Chain Fields. She resurrected the spirit of 90s festival like Lilith Fair, curation-wise, booking an insane lineup featuring everyone from her close peers like Chaperone to indie icons like Mitski and literal rock royalty like Steve Nicks. On top of that, she's donating the net proceeds to her global Fun for Fun for Good initiative, supporting community-based nonprofits fighting for reproductive health care and gender equity. Olivia Rodrigo has officially transitioned from pop star to an alternative community leader operating with complete autonomy over her art, her business, and her cultural impact. So when you look at, we're gonna do this, but I really hope I look at the show on it. But when you look at the trajectory of Olivia's career alongside artists like Charlie, XCX, Sabrina, and Chaperone, the macro trend becomes undeniable. The era of the hyper polished corporate manufactured pop star that simply sings his songs handed to them by a boardroom of executives is officially over. Audiences today crave hyper specific world building. And we want artists who write their own law, their own business, their own stuff, and control their own masters, their own designs, festivals, and completely dictate their own sonic evolution. And Olivia Rodrigo didn't just beat the Disney curse, she completely rewrote the rules of what it means to be a main pop girl in the modern era. Okay, friends, so this is the finished look. But what do you think? Is you seem pretty sad for a girl in love, her best era yet, or are you suggesting the pop punk high of guts? Drop a favorite track from the new record in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't ever miss another deep dive. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.